DZ, man. You already know it's not about the setback, it's about the get back. I want to appreciate everyone that's became a member, that subscribed to the channel, and that watches the channel. I appreciate y'all. If you haven't already hit that notification bell, hit that notification bell so you can be notified every time we go live. I appreciate all of y'all that rock with me, and I hope y'all continue to rock with me. Hey, listen, y'all. Isn't it mighty strange how everyone that was involved with this no jumper situation has been confronted by them people, or we know that they will be confronted by them people due to the paperwork where they put it inside of the complaint for the big RICO. So we know that the other suspects that was outside, they will be confronted. They will be picked up. Adam, he has been made a visit to, right? Loose Cannon has been picked up. But the only person that is saying that they never been talked to, they don't have no connection with it, they don't have no involvement, and why would they be talked to, is Wack 100. He's the only person that is saying the police never talked to him. He doesn't have a care in the world about the situation. And we all know that Wack 100 was the person that orchestrated this whole shit. He was the one that put this whole thing together, whereas though everybody met at No Jumper. Think about it. Loose Cannon and the Minions came to see Wack 100 at No Jumper. Jay Reed came to see Wack 100, where he was given a ride by Marciano. So the common connection between the whole situation that happened at No Jumper was Wack 100. But he's the only person that is carefree about the situation, that there's no reason for the police to come talk to him, and he's not worried about a damn thing. So that there lets me know that you had knowledge of what was going on. They came and seen you, but you don't want to reveal that you working with them. See, Loose Cannon believed in Wack 100, right? Loose Cannon's crew believed in Wack 100. See, you know, Wack tells you that he has industry ties. You know, that's his main go-to with people, because he knows that people are infatuated with the music industry, right? So he understands that people want to be a part of the industry. They want to be known to be in the industry. So that's his go-to to tell people, whereas though, yo, you know, I got industry ties, I can put you in position. And what he did was he influenced, you know, Loose Cannon to incriminate himself daily in order to get the 60s, right? And we all know Loose Cannon isn't a part of that, but he made himself a part of it, implicated himself in the crimes, and made sure everybody knew Big U was the one doing what he was doing, putting pressure for the 60s. So Wack 100 is the main person that organized the whole thing. Wack knew what he was doing. He played on Loose because Loose Cannon is not smart at all. He was the type of person that it was easy to influence. And if you pay attention to all the people that Wack connects with, are people that's easy to influence. Like 600. He's easy to influence. You know, feeling like they're a part of something is what gets those type of people to do whatever Wack says. And this is the type of person he is. You know, Loose Cannon wanted to feel like he was a part of Wack's crew for the fame and attention. Loose Cannon's crew wanted to be a part of him to get the fame and attention. So if you pay attention, right, this was a circle of goofies that wanted fame and attention, and all they did was incriminate themselves for fame and attention. And now that it all went down, they all getting scared. I want y'all to pay attention to this shit. Everybody's getting scared and thinking that if they go to the internet and start trying to shift the blame and push the attention this way, that there, I guess, is going to throw the prosecution off of what's going on. The prosecutors already got their case lined up. And this is what these dudes don't understand. They've been watching Loose Cannon for a while. Wack 100 has been making sure that they are up to date on everything. Wack 100 reports all the information to these people. So he's been making sure that they're up to date on everything. So being as though that Loose thought running with Wack 100 was going to elevate his game, all it did was put him in a situation where he told on himself, where he implicated other people in crimes. Now, him implicating other people in crimes, he didn't even give a fuck. He didn't care that he was implicating other people. He was looking for that attention. Wack 100 telling him, yo, you can do whatever. We're protected, right? But at the same time, he didn't see Wack 100 had a different level of protection. His protection was he was past proven reliable. Loose Cannon tried to get that same protection, but what Loose Cannon did, he started lying to the authorities. And I want y'all to understand that. If you look inside Loose Cannon's detention order, it says that he was lying to authorities previously. See, he was telling authorities information, but he also was lying to them about information, and that there messed up his credibility. Wack 100, he's not doing no lying to the authorities. See, he's truthful with them people, and that's what separates him from what Loose Cannon was trying to do. Loose Cannon was lying. Wack 100 is past proven reliable, so those people trust his word. When he's saying certain things, they go with what he's saying. He's bringing facts to the table, whereas though Loose Cannon was bringing facts to the table, but at the same time, he was fabricating things. And you hear Loose Cannon on that audio talking about that the police asked him to pay $50,000, and he said he ain't paying $50,000. That right there lets you know that they were having personal conversations with the police. They were literally in tune with the police. And if you haven't already hit that subscribe button, hit that subscribe button, hit that like button, and share this video. Loose Cannon felt that he was slick by cooperating with the police, whereas though the information that he needed to provide them about Big U, He provided them that. But it was other information that they was trying to get out of Loose Cannon, and he was trying to think he could manipulate them just how he was doing the internet. Because you know, Loose Cannon was coming to the internet with a bunch of lies at the same time, but he was being truthful about Big U. He wanted to make sure that he threw Big U under the bus, whereas though that shit there was going to be solid, but at the same time implicating himself to the involvements. But I told y'all this before, right? In order for them people to start cooperating with the feds, right, you have to start telling them everything about yourself. You can't leave out what you done. They want to know, what did you do first? Now you can start cooperating, you know, but they want to know everything you done. And Wack 100, he's always provided them with details. And if you see when he called me, right, he said, we always know what we're doing. And this is his angle. Whereas though when they question Wack about things that happen, he's truthful. In the no jumper situation, you better believe this, that they already questioned Wack 100. Wack 100 has already gave his statement about no jumper. So this is where he beat those dudes to the punch. All the minions that was out there riding, and you know, the ones that wanted to rob, strip, beat, and pistol whip Marciano and Jay Reed. Yeah, he beat them to the punch. Whereas though he already filled them in on each and every individual that was out there. So each and every individual that was out there is already identified, right? And you better know that camera footage that was outside that Adam had, he provided it to him, because they are going to prosecute this case and the indictment is about to drop. And you better know, them people are not just coming to see Adam 22 about a cease and desist letter. And this is a fact. Ain't no way that they're not going to want to see the footage, whereas though they put this inside of the complaint that this happened outside of your establishment. So there's no way that they're not going to want to see the footage from out there, and it's inside of the complaint. But Adam, I think, you know, from what we've seen, was specifically told not to reveal those details. And Adam already told the entire world when this shit first happened and he interviewed Wack that he's going to cooperate with the authorities to the fullest, right? So you got to understand that Wack 100 made sure he got ahead of the curve. And this is what I'm trying to tell y'all, right? Wack 100 has already made a statement to the authorities. He's already gave his statement to them people about what happened outside of No Jumper. And those young boys that keep talking about this shit, thinking that it's a game, all they doing is identifying each and every person that's involved in the situation. Whereas though Wack 100 has already told them, and I try to tell them, you can't go to war with Wack, because Wack has a personal relationship with those authorities. He's been working with these people for years. And everybody that gets next to Wack, they end up going down every single time. If you haven't already hit that subscribe button, hit that subscribe button, hit that like button, and share this video. And you got to understand that Wack has been doing this for a while, and Wack is calculated with the way he works with authorities. I'm telling y'all this straight up. Wack is very calculated on how he deals with the authorities. So knowing that this situation went so big, this is why Wack 100 contacted me. You hear me? So if you pay attention to Wack when he contacted me, right? He publicized the story and what happened. He told everybody the details, as in one man, one gun. Whereas though he made sure that it was known that Loose Cannon was the one with the strap. He let everybody know when he went to Adam the last time, saying, did you see me strip anybody? Talking to Rainwater. Did you see me strip anybody? But that was to make sure that he didn't admit to having association with the stripping, the robbing, and that part. Even though he was the person that organized it, but you got to understand, even though he organized it by him flipping on the people, it's going to look like whoever cooperated first. You better know that they already got the Wack ahead of time. And I've been trying to tell people that Wack 100 is cooperating and that he's working, but he's one of those people that he's working, but he's able to do certain things and able to get away with certain things. But when there's a certain level of violence, that's when it becomes a problem. So we're going to end up seeing Wack 100 testifying in that no jumper situation. Trust and believe. It's like now that the cover has been blown, Wack don't give a fuck. Wack don't give a fuck at all. The cover has been blown. This situation has went to the next level now. And it's got bigger. You know, they was trying to like keep this shit whereas though they can spin it. Loose Cannon and Wack 100, right? They was trying to spin the situation whereas though it could look a certain way, but we made sure that we delivered and it didn't. See, and now that we got people paying attention, Wack is still trying to get people to spin it and make it look like this is that. When the main focus is Wack orchestrated the situation, Loose Cannon and the minions were the ones that were actively into the violence. And these guys, you know, say that they're integrity before money, but they're robbing people. Come on now. And then they say they got all this money. Loose Cannon said he had millions of dollars of contracts, but these guys are committing robberies. What type of millionaire do you know is going to be involved in a robbery? Let's make that make sense. What type of millionaire is going to be associated with robberies? Don't no millionaires do robberies? For what? People that are doing robberies are people that don't have any finances, not millionaires. Millionaires then reach the goals. And you know, Wack 100 to tell us that him and Loose Cannon had millions of dollars of deals. They had $5 million contracts. But these guys were doing robberies. Stick-ups. Stick-ups are for people that are broke. Stick-ups are for people that plotting to get some money. Not for people that are millionaires. See, the whole crew is fucked up financially. I want to tell you that. And, you know, when these guys are fucked up financially, they're going to make decisions whereas though they don't give a fuck about the consequences. This is why they were making content on YouTube and, you know, on Instagram, because they didn't care about the consequences from their content. Straight up. They didn't care about the content. And if you're a millionaire, right, and you got all this money, you know, you got $1 million houses and shit like that, you don't want any association with criminal activity. I want y'all to understand this shit, right? If you are a millionaire, you do not want any association with criminal activity, because the criminal activity that you're involved with could cost you your finances, could cost you the things that you have, because they're going to associate the criminal shit to your finances. Come on now. Let's make it make sense. If you haven't already hit that subscribe button, hit that subscribe button, hit that like button, and share this video. And I'm telling y'all, Wack 100, Loose Cannon, they're not millionaires. Because if they were millionaires, they wouldn't be nowhere near criminal activity. But they are. They're the ones involved in it. They're the ones highlighting it. They're the ones constantly talking about violence, criminal shit, street shit. Come on now. At that age, Wack 100 is 48 now. Loose Cannon is 42. What type of men in their 40s that claim to be millionaires are going to be online incriminating themselves, involving themselves in criminal activity? Let's make it make sense, man. See, I understand that Loose Cannon and Wack 100 had a lot of people on the internet fooled because of their notoriety. Everybody knows who they are. So they had a lot of people confused on the internet. And if you pay attention now, Wack 100 still has people confused on the internet. He has people really thinking that, you know, he's the owner of this diaper company, when we all know that he is probably contracted to deliver the information and let people know about the diaper company. Because Wack 100 is the type of person that deals with contracts. That is his name of his game. He wants to get a contract between different people to make his money. So if you pay attention, he has a contract with Adam. He said he had a contract with Loose Cannon. And all the other people that he talked about when he called into the show, saying he has a contract with different people. This is Wack 100's angle. Wack 100 is working and he's actively doing certain shit, right? And if you pay attention, the reason why he has contracts, well, one of the reasons why he has contracts, so nothing is directly associated to him. So if he has contracts with different people, whereas though he got a contract here, here, it's not exactly his company that's at the elevation of a situation where they can just come for his company. Whereas though you see how No Jumper, Adam, they're coming at No Jumper. Pay attention to this now. That everybody that had problems and being suing No Jumper, they're suing No Jumper directly. And this is a big company, right? But Wack 100 keeps contracts between people so that you gotta try to sue him, but the contracts are separate from just the company, whereas though as in a whole, he's playing a game, whereas though he's keeping things out the light. If this is why, right, he doesn't want to elevate his channel, because if his channel was the platform like No Jumper, then trust and believe people would be coming at his channel. But nobody is coming at his channel because it's not the base of the platform, whereas though he has all the guests coming in, where he has all the people funneling the information through, he uses Adam for that. So now, being as though that he has Adam for that, people are suing Adam. Pay attention now. The shit that happened at No Jumper. It didn't happen on Wack 100 show. Because if this happened on Wack 100 show, whereas though people were coming to do an interview or Loose Cannon's minions were there, who would be liable? Wack 100. So this is where Wack thinks at. He uses contracts with different people to separate himself, whereas though he doesn't have that direct tie. Wack 100 has been manipulating people for a long time. He's just like Big U. I'm telling you that right now. You know, he said people got to check in with him. Yeah, they can check in with me and same shit like Big U. And when we watch Wack 100, you got to understand he is a person that is a mass manipulator. He plays a lot of games. And from what I'm seeing is Wack 100 now, being as though that he knows that SBGBTV is getting very loud. Okay, let me go at the minion. Pay attention to this, right? Because if y'all understand this, I want y'all to understand this. This platform here has been exposing Wack 100 to the T. Every detail about Wack 100 we have been exposing. So now pay attention to this. Other people have said something about SBGBTV, right? But everybody else is like, all right, boom, that shit ain't it. He got the minion, somebody that has no status out here at all. Wack 100 gives him the attention. Pay attention to this now. He has no status on the internet. He's not reliable, nothing. So Wack 100 says something to him, boom, creates the friction so that he can go at SBGBTV to make it look good. Whereas though, all right, now I can think I can get SBGBTV off my ass, but it ain't gonna work because we ain't stopping. You hear me? So I want y'all to pay attention to that. The minion is trying to make up some bullshit, right? So that he can make it look a certain way because Wack 100 did that. Wack 100 put an angle on that shit and say, all right, I'm going to say something to this minion right here to get him started, right? So that hopefully SBGBTV Deezy will get off my ass. I'm going to stay on all of them. We not stopping over here. If you haven't already, hit that subscribe button, hit that subscribe button, hit that like button, and share this video, man. This is a fact. I want y'all to pay attention to this shit, right? Because we got this shit lit. And I've been calling out the character of Wack 100, Loose Cannon, and I'd exposed everybody that was involved inside out there at No Jumper. Everybody that was involved out there at No Jumper, we done put them the fuck out there, right? So if you pay attention, Wack 100 goes at a nobody, right? Goes at the nobody because that there is going to create the friction in the message that I'm trying to send. But it's not going to do it. It's just a try. So if he tries to create a friction in the message, it's thinking, man, maybe Deezy will get off my ass. Nah, we've been holding this shit solid. We've been making sure that everybody understands that Wack 100 is working with them people. He's past proven reliable. He's been doing this for a long time, and he used Loose Cannon to take down Big U. Now, you know, the minions, their brains don't operate on the level and the frequency of us over here, right? Y'all know how we rock, right? So Wack 100 sits back and thinks. He's already made a statement to authorities. He's already let the authorities know each and every minion that's out there, right? So what he say is, if I say something to the minion, right, it's going to create the friction, and the minion is going to try to stir something up, whereas though it might take the heat off me. No, 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 no. We going to keep this shit on there fire. I want to make sure everybody understands that Wack 100 is working, Loose Cannon is working, and the minions are going to tell. I want y'all to pay attention to this. When this indictment comes down for no jumper, the minions are going to tell everything. I want y'all to understand this now. They are not going to hold solid because they are on video doing this shit. They done went on their channels, exposed themselves, implicated themselves in certain gang ties. There's going to be a gang enhancement behind this shit. This shit here is going to another level. And y'all know DZ has come to the platform to bring a different wave. And if you pay attention to this, right, the wave that they're bringing is only pushed in the urban community. Pay attention to this now. This shit ain't pushed in other communities. It's only pushed in the urban community. So if you see, it gets highlighted when there's violence inside of the urban community, right? And then them people, they're able to infiltrate through the violence and dealing with certain people. You get what I'm saying? Wack 100 has this shit figured out, what he does with the people on the internet. But he had no way of getting the SBGB TV, and that's what people are hating. People are upset because Wack 100 couldn't get to me. Wack 100 had made his rounds around the internet, got loose cannon trapped up in his own bullshit, whereas though he implicated Big U and everybody in these crimes, they name dropped on the internet consistently. These dudes was name dropping on the internet consistently, and that lets you know that they all are working. If you haven't already, hit that subscribe button, hit that subscribe button, hit that like button, and share this video. We're going to continue to make sure that we're not letting it down. We're working on getting Marciano on the channel. You hear me? And when we get Marciano on the channel, he's going to let the people know he never talked to Wack 100. He never talked to Loose Cannon. See, Wack 100 and Loose Cannon built their reputation on the internet from lies. I want y'all to pay attention to that. Wack 100 and Loose Cannon built their reputation on the internet from lying. And this is what they do well. And you got to understand this. Birds of a feather flock together. So the minions, they want to build their reputation on lies. And y'all know I've been breaking it down for you. I've been letting y'all know in detail of what's going on. You know, the indictment is coming. I told y'all that this shit was going down. The minions called me and say, hey, yo, we got a big name out here. Ain't no way we going down. We big. And when I do find that audio, we going to put that up there, you know, because they said they got a big name. Nothing's going to happen to them. They like that out here. Their name in the street carries weight. Come on now. Like they were bigger than the program. But we all know, you know, us over here at SBGB TV, they're not bigger than the program. So with that being said, we are seeing the domino effect, right? And they're going to get each and every individual. And I really think that this is going to be another RICO. I got to be real. This is going to be another RICO. And guess what? Y'all know what I'm going to say. I told y'all it was coming because I've been told y'all that the people was not going to allow this situation to go unanswered. Pay attention to this now, right? And I'm looking at this like being honest. I think they're going to go federal with this. You know, I don't think they're going to let Burbank County get it. I think they're going to go federal, and that's where the superseding indictment is going to come in for Loose Cannon. If you see, Loose Cannon's files are sealed. Big U's files are sealed. Everything is sealed. I think there's going to be a superseding indictment that comes in for the no jumper situation, and the minions, they going to be charged in a superseding indictment. I just see it coming because they are all repping a gang and they're talking about their gang members, literally, and they're out there committing active violence as gang members. And if you pay attention to it, they not rushing to charge them in Burbank. The same way the feds did with this Big U indictment. The feds wasn't rushing to charge Big U and Loose Cannon and these people that was involved in the takedown. That wasn't a rush. That was an investigation over time. So what the feds are doing, they're allowing these millions to act as if nothing's going to happen, where it keeps them talking. I want y'all to pay attention to this shit, man, because this is how they do, right? When people out here commit criminal activities and they be on the internet while committing criminal activities, the feds are investigating and they allow them to continue to talk about their crimes, the involvement in the crimes, and the associations with different people so that they can build the case all the way up. And what these dudes are doing, they're talking about these crimes, they're talking about the involvement, but they think that they're talking in code when all they're doing is revealing their associations. So by revealing your associations, all you do is identify to the feds who is who. And trust and believe, the feds got a job to do. These dudes work around the clock. They don't sleep. Every shift, somebody's working. So when you got these guys getting on the internet claiming that they're gang members, you automatically put yourself in a category whereas though the feds know exactly who you are and what gang you in. It goes bloop, 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 bloop. They put you in a file. Now your file is over here. This is such and such from this gang, right? And when they wrap up the gang, they want to come see the gang. You hear me? They want to make sure that they get everybody that had any parts. And you know, these guys that's on the phone talking about they Loose Cannon's crew, and they on the phone with Loose Cannon from a federal facility, the feds got all that conversation. They listening to it in detail. And then when y'all get off the phone and y'all think that, all right, we not on the phone, the feds is on your line. And I can already tell you now that those millions are talking reckless off the phone after they get off the phone with Loose Cannon. I can guarantee you that. I can guarantee you that the feds have all the millions' phones tapped. And they talking to each other on the phone like it's regular. And everybody's giving up information about the gang and what they into. And they thinking that they talking in code. And even if they think they talking on encrypted apps, you got to understand, the feds own all those apps. Straight up. When you reach it to a certain level in life, right? Whereas though you have a position of influence, the feds infiltrate you because they want to control the narrative of the world. So when you reach to a certain level, whereas though you influence a lot of people, they coming to see you because they don't want you to control the narrative. They want to control the narrative through you. Pay attention to this. They want to control the narrative through you. So they allow you to operate the way you operate, and it makes it where as though people can't really detect that the feds are controlling the situation. You only can assume because they're controlling narratives through people, through platforms. You understand what I'm saying? See, we try to break this shit down. If you haven't already subscribed to the channel, hit that subscribe button, hit that like button, and share this video. This is a fact. The feds control situations through people and platforms. They don't just set presence. I want y'all to pay attention to this. A lot of people think that you just gonna see the feds. No, you're gonna assume that it's the feds. You're gonna see them once they already gathered their case. This is when you see the feds. But before then, you're just assuming. You see how when we see Wack 100 involved in all these different situations criminally, everybody's like, man, Wack is working. Wack is working. But then, boom, the feds show up. So what it does is it leaves you in speculation to say, damn, Wack gotta be working. But people with common sense already know, yes, Wack is working. He's been working for a long time, but he keeps people in suspense because he's out here playing like he's active in the streets. But then we see the feds show up and they come through and wreck shop, lock people up, they taking people. Before you know it, this person's going down. And then you look back and you say, damn, this motherfucker was around Wack 100. This motherfucker was fucking with Wack. Everybody that fucks with Wack, what happens? If you are into criminal activity, you have to understand that they are going to use any resource next to you to come get you. This is what these young boys don't understand. They think it's a game. And we not covering up for Loose Cannon at all. We not covering up for the Minions. We not covering up for Wack 100. They beat old people. They beat an older man. They pistol whipped, robbed, stripped. You hear me? And beat him bad. Whereas though Marciano was paralyzed on one side of his body. So we not vouching for that. They over there acting like they in support of it. We not in support of no shit like that. That shit is corny. I've been calling out Wack and Loose for months. Loose Cannon was on the street when I was calling him out. You hear me? Loose Cannon called in and said, fuck it, man. You got it. You got it. Just switch it up. Nah, we ain't switching shit up. We keeping it directly on track. And now the Minions, they want me to switch it up. We got it turned up over here. We not switching shit up. I want the whole entire world to understand that Wack 100 is working, Loose Cannon is working, and the Minions, they will cooperate. Trust me. Every one of those dudes that was involved in something outside of No Jumper is going to tell because they're on video. There's nothing to fight. Y'all are on video, and I'm sure y'all done been on the phone and y'all are talking about criminal gang shit on the phone. You know, all of them talking about on the dead homies. Everybody talking about on the dead homies on the phone. Everybody talking gang this and gang that on the phone. The feds is listening. Every one of their phones are tapped. Trust and believe this now. Every one of the phones is tapped. They being tracked, they being monitored, and they think it's a game. See, this is why y'all see DZ associated with just DZ. I'm not linking up with none of these YouTubers. And these YouTubers are upset that I'm not giving them the opportunity to get next to me. I'm not giving nobody any leeway to be next to me. Everybody's going to be on that side. Y'all figure out your own way. We not hanging out. We not linking up. I don't want to be a part of your platform. I don't want to be a part of nothing you got going on because I understand this is how the feds work. You don't know who is who. And a lot of these dudes be trying to get you actively involved in some criminal shit because they're already in a hot seat. So being as though that they're already being watched by the feds, they try to get you involved in their criminal shit when they see you got something going on. And this is why a lot of these guys are upset because nobody has the ability to be associated with me. I'm not letting none of these dudes be associated with me. I understand how this shit work. I'm building a platform and a community for us, the people of like minds, to elevate and be able to understand what's going on out here in the world. I'm not building a platform for gang knowledge. I'm not building a platform for violence. We're over here building a platform to come together and unify against the bullshit. We don't want to be fucking highlighting criminal violence and then laughing about it. That's what we not doing over here. We not trying to figure out how can we highlight violent shit like these dudes was out there. Every one of them dudes, Wack 100, the Minions, 600, they posted the fucking no jumper video. Come on now. But they gonna talk about they edited it, and this one saying I edited it this way, and this one saying I edited it that way. What the fuck does that mean? So what that you edited the video? Y'all put a violent attack on someone that didn't even come on beef to involve yourself with this criminal situation. This shit right here makes them look like clowns. And then they talk about it as if it was okay. How the fuck is this okay that it was a violent attack that happened, and being as though that you saying you edited it, that makes it okay? That makes it cool? When though these people didn't come on no beef. See, when this shit comes out, right? This indictment comes out, and you know, we already seen that it's going to come out, and it's coming out solid because they already identified that it was $5,000 worth of stuff that they were robbed for. They already identified that the situation happened at No Jumper. They already identified that there's more suspects, right? So what the fuck? Like, they think it's a fucking game? This shit ain't no fucking game. Them people, they're doing their job, man. They're doing their job. And you know, when you put shit on the internet like that, you can't expect people to turn a blind eye or how they should deliver about it. You hear me? Because a lot of these jokers that do this type of shit and post it on the internet, they feel like when they post it on the internet, it's a certain way that everybody should talk about it. If you saying you from the street or you been from the streets, you should talk about it to their likeness and make it whereas though you highlight it for their likeness. No, we gonna talk about it for what it is and make you look like a goofy. Loose Cannon, Wack 100, and the whole Minion crew look like goofies for committing a criminal act and then thinking that nothing was gonna come about it. Like, for real. If you haven't already subscribed to the channel, hit that subscribe button, hit that like button, and share this video. Straight up. They put the video out here. They made sure that everybody knew that they did this. So since y'all did it, y'all got to stand behind what comes with it. And what comes with it is you being embarrassed and talked about your criminal activity. We not motherfucking highlighting like you did a good thing. Nothing was good about it. And when the details come out, as time goes on, they're going to look like clowns. Y'all committed a robbery on older people. Wack 100 went and took the watch back to No Jumper, implicated himself in the robbery. Wack 100 now, he took the watch back to No Jumper, implicating himself in the robbery. What the fuck? Like, come on, man. And you think that because you made a statement already, that that's gonna disassociate yourself with this shit? And I'm gonna tell you straight up, before Wack 100 made his statement, where he made his statement at, he made a statement on SBGB TV. See, you know, I know the youngins don't understand that, right? Wack 100 made a statement. That interview that Wack 100 called and tried to disassociate himself with the whole No Jumper situation, whereas though he still implicated himself, that's a statement now. I want people to understand that. When you go on the internet and you brag about active criminal activity, that is a statement. You are making a statement. You don't just have to go down to the police station in the interrogation room to make a statement. When you brag about doing a violent act to some people outside that went viral, that's a statement. So Wack 100 has made a statement on SBGB TV, and then he made another statement down there with them people. And people got to understand that. See, we've been calling this shit out from the door, and can't nobody take that from us. You hear me? We've been making sure that this right here is staying in the light. And if DZ, SBGB TV didn't do this, they would have let this shit dim out until the indictment came. Nah, I want everybody that was involved with that shit to have nightmares and be uncomfortable every fucking day. I don't want none of them dudes to be comfortable with what they did, because all it does is send a message to the younger generation to think that you can be comfortable by doing shit like this. And that shit is corny. I'm gonna be real. It's corny. You don't be comfortable doing no shit like that. Come on, man. So we gonna continue to call this shit out. You hear me? If you haven't already subscribed to the channel, hit that subscribe button, hit that like button, and share this video, man. Wack 100's in trouble. Yeah, he's in trouble. But I told y'all, Wack is going to tell, and I've been telling y'all this. Wack is going to tell everything. He's going to make sure that he puts all of this shit on Loose Cannon and the Minions. The Minions are going to try to push it on Loose Cannon, and they're going to implicate Wack. Yes, but it's going to be a lot of telling. You hear me? Straight up. It's going to be a lot of telling. Everybody that claims that they're gang members and, you know, all that BS that they be talking about, and they stand for certain things and they standing tall, we're going to see them tell. And y'all going to remember I said this shit. Because every time I be saying shit, when it come out, you know, the people that rock with me, they understand where I'm coming from, right? It's just the people that, you know, want to see DZ on another light, they just get lost. You know what I'm saying? But you can't see DZ in another light. You hear me? Because DZ is him. You hear me? DZ is him. You can't change how I already came. And I came at a certain angle to make sure everybody understands that this shit here is going down. Trust me. And it's probably gonna be real soon. Adam went on vacation. Everybody knows Adam went on vacation now. And I guarantee you that this shit is about to go down. Yeah. If any of those young boys think that they gonna escape it, right? Y'all better know. See, and you gotta understand this, right, too, right? What's gonna happen, right? Other things that the IBM boys done, and that shit too. If they've done any other shit, they investigating that too. This is a fact. You know how maybe the young boys think because they didn't do nothing at no jumper, they good. Nah. If y'all niggas was doing any scamming with Loose Cannon before, oh, they gonna be on your ass. If y'all was doing any scamming with Loose Cannon before, they gonna be on your ass, man. Straight up. This shit here is definitely going to be whereas though they grab them as organized crime, because they're using a certain label as a front. When you want to use a label as a front, but all it is gang activity and criminal activity, they're going to use that against you. You can't be out here thinking that you could be saying gang this and gang that, and these people ain't gonna refer to whatever you doing violently as an furtherance of the gang. That's what a lot of these jokers don't understand. But you know, DZ gonna call it out, man. And y'all know, I I just keep it real, man. That's all I know how to do, man. They can't figure me out. I understand that. A lot of these jokers is upset because they can't figure me out. And I'm sure, you know, in their mind, they said, yeah, this nigga is going at Wack. But they got to find an angle to get attention. You know? I'm the one delivering this shit about Wack. I'm making sure people understand that Wack is working, right? I'm making sure people understand that Wack is working, delivering this shit. And I'm sure they want to find an angle to win on it, you know? Hey, man, I know at one point in this game, they're going to be talking about me heavy. I understand that. That happens. That's a part of the game, right? But what I'm not going to do is, I'm not going to stop being who I am. That's what's going to create the separation. I'm going to continue to be who I've been, and I'm going to continue to deliver. If you haven't already, hit that subscribe button. Hit that subscribe button. Hit that like button and share this video, man. Facts. I'm going to continue to deliver because I want people to understand that Wack 100 is working, Loose Cannon is working, and the minions, they going to be working. Trust me, everybody. And you know what's going to happen when them feds grab you up. They want to know everything you know. You got to tell on yourself first. I'm telling these dudes this right now. I'm letting y'all know ahead of time. Y'all can try to say, I'm going to tell on this and I'm going to tell on that and think that y'all going to be good. The only way the feds allow the cooperation is you have to tell everything you did first. What did you do? And then they allow the cooperation. See, Wack been working for a while and he knows the program. This is why he stopped at the front desk months ago. Trust me. Wack stopped at that front desk months ago. Straight up. Let the people know, hey man, this what happened, blah, 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 blah. But he started pointing the blame already. That's the thing. Wack started pointing the blame already and trying to take the blame off of himself. So you better know, them people already gonna have the story that Wack is saying, and they gonna tell him, hey, listen, Wack 100 is saying this. And he's gonna tell him details, but Wack is going to mix up how this all came about. I want y'all to understand this shit. Wack is going to mix up how everything came about. Whereas though, if the young bulls get in there and start lying and shit like that, it's gonna be bad for you. Because once you lie to the people, your credibility's fucked up, you know? It ain't like how they doing on the internet. They lying to the internet for clout, right? Once you start lying to them people, oh, you ain't got the same credibility. They looking at you like you a liar. You're not reliable to us. You gotta understand that, man. This is the game, man. And you know, I just try to enlighten the people, man. I want to enlighten the people so they can understand that all these jokers gonna tell. All of them. Wack gonna tell. Loose gonna tell. The minions gonna tell. Everybody gonna tell, man. I'm telling y'all this right now. Y'all gonna see it. Shit getting real though. Y'all think that Loose Cannon, his crew, gonna hold it down? Yeah, alright. They gonna push that shit on Wack. They gonna push it on Wack. If you haven't already, hit that subscribe button. Hit that subscribe button. Hit that like button and share this video, man. Yeah. All we do is keep it 100, man. That's it. That's all we know how to do, man. And I know they don't like it. You know what I'm saying? They just got to deal with it, though. You know? And we calling them out. This is why DZ said, I'm not aligning myself with none of these guys. Not at all. I'm not aligning myself with none of them, man. Because I know what comes with it. When you start trying to align yourself with people, right? They turn on you. And when they turn on you, you know they start creating lies. You know? Life, man. It's the game. People are your downfall in life. Understand this. People are your downfall. If you look at most situations that happen, it's from dealing with other people. You know, you have some situations where people go out and do things on their own, but most of the situations that happen come from dealing with other people. If we look at it, it was all these guys outside of No Jumper beating on some other people. They done got themselves in a situation that they can't get out of. Ain't no getting out of that shit. Then the person that calls themselves the head of the crew, the boss, he consistently incriminates himself and tells people to put the video out. Straight up. He's literally telling people, yo, put this video out. Put it out, man. People tell me, yo, you sure you want me to put this out? Yeah, put it out. I want everybody to see this. Come on now. What kind of common sense does that make, man? Makes no sense for someone to put a video out of themselves committing a violent act like that, right? And then implicating everybody that was with you. And the crazy thing about it is, this lets you know what kind of crew they had. For you to be all right with being involved in an act like that, and then for the person that's supposed to be ahead of the crew putting it out with you in it, like, people usually want to hide from shit like that. People usually want to hide from shit like that. Like, what the fuck was going on? But I guess they wanted so much attention that they didn't care about hiding from that. That wasn't a hide matter. That was a matter that everybody needed to see, that this is how we get down. And it was all for Wack 100. You see how Wack 100 line loose cannon up, right, to tell on Big U, and then he line loose cannon up to commit an act of violence where he disassociates himself all over the internet from it. I didn't do nothing. You got to talk to loose cannon about that and all that shit. So we just got to be real with what it is, man. Wack 100 treated all of them like flunkies, like dummies, and they went for it. They went for the shit. Treated them all like dummies, and they went for it. So it's like the police, Wack 100, lined up these fake ass gang members. Lined up these fake ass gang members, man. Shit is crazy. Like, this shit going down in history, man. This shit is going down in history as how stupid these guys are. But it's going to be the downfall for Wack, though. I tell you this right now. You know, I know a lot of people been like, man, this Wack been getting away with a lot of shit. But he's not going to be able to get away with this. He's not going to be able to get away with this one. Especially without everybody knowing that he's telling. Because he's going to have to push this on them. Ain't no way around that. There's no way around Wack 100 not pushing this on them. You got to push it on them. Saying, listen, this person did this person did that. And in order for Wack to tell, like I told y'all before, he has to tell everything and what he did. Right? He got to tell everything. He's going to have to tell him about the Dash Network deal. He's going to have to tell him about having the dinner with Jay Reed. But you got to understand this. Wack has been doing this for so long and he's so good at this shit, right? He's going to tell him about all the key points, but he's going to throw a little fabrication in there about why this initiated. So by him saying, yeah, we met, Jay Reed was over here, yeah, I was on the phone, yeah, we talked here, yeah, Jay Reed came up here with Mars, but he's going to say, man, I told Loose Cannon not to do this and not to do that, and Loose Cannon took it upon himself, him and his crew, to do this. I'm telling y'all this shit ahead of time. Wack 100 is going to say, I told them to do this and do that, but I didn't tell them to do this. Because he's making sure when he came on the platform that he said, they grown men and I can't control no grown men. I can't tell another grown man what to do. You got to catch that key point right there. You hear me? Straight up. If you haven't already hit that subscribe button, hit that subscribe button, hit that like button and share this video, man. We break this shit down all the time, man. For all the people that don't understand, we break this shit down, man. We break it down. We break it down so good that I got people jealous that we break it down so good. That's the thing. And I ain't letting them off the hook. You know, they want me to stop. They want me to stop, man. It's like they begging, man, please stop talking about us. Wack 100 got people texting me, talking about, yo, man, chill, leave Wack alone. Then you got the minions, you know, where Wack done put a motherfucking line on them, you know, to make it look like, you know, I'm going at them. So it's like, yo, Wack put a play on that, got these goofy boys all confused, and I love it, though. I love it. Shit, you know, I love it. Because I don't give a fuck about none of them. And, you know, I tell you this every time. See, that's the difference with me and those guys, right? They got, you know, their crew to where they worried about. I'm not worried about none of them niggas. I don't give a fuck about none of them niggas. This is a fact. I don't care about none of them niggas. This is a fact. I don't care about Wack 100. I don't care about Loose Cannon. And I don't care about his fucking crew. They all can go to fuck to jail. I don't give a fuck about them niggas. See, that's the difference with me. These boys, they want to be a part of something. I don't want to be a part of no fucking body. Straight up. So, you know, the manipulation shit that, you know, they try to, you know, play with themselves is some self-manipulation. Because I don't care about none of them. I don't give a fuck about Wack 100. I don't give a fuck about Loose Cannon. And I don't give a fuck about the young boys. I don't care about them. They can all go in. Who gives a fuck? Straight up. They can all go in. Straight up. Fuck you mean? You know how some people talking about, oh, I don't wish jail on them. Nah, them niggas robbed the person. They pistol whipped the person. They stripped the person. They beat a person outside of no jumper, a place of business. And people talking about they don't want nothing to happen to them. What if that was your grandpa? What if that was your dad, your uncle? You would be looking like, man, this is fucked up. If your uncle or your dad or your grandpa was paralyzed on one side of the body, would you be saying that shit? Fuck no. Straight up. That's what be so hypocritical about people though, man. If that shit hit home, people be looking at this shit different, man. Straight up. You'll be crying, asking for help. Why did this happen to me? Asking God, why me, God? This is what they all do. Straight up. The shit happened to them, they be saying, God, why you do this to my family? Why this happen to my family? But being as though that it happened to somebody else's family that they ain't know, they want to act like they don't give a fuck. So you better know that them young boys, they gonna have karma for that. Trust and believe. If you haven't already hit that subscribe button, hit that subscribe button, hit that like button and share this video, man. Them young boys, they gonna have karma for that shit. Facts. And the karma gonna be crazy. You already know that shit come when it's not expected. You know what I'm saying? And it come with like a ton of bricks dropping on your fucking head. So when that shit come back to them tenfold, we don't want to hear nobody crying, asking nobody to pray for your family. None of y'all young goofy dudes. Don't nobody want to hear you going on the internet talking about, I need y'all to pray for my family. Because all we going to say is, why y'all ain't pray for Marciano? Y'all ain't give a fuck about Marciano though, right? But y'all want somebody to pray for your family. Fuck all that. Hit that subscribe button, man. Hit that like button. Share this video, man. And you know I appreciate all of y'all who rock with me. Straight up. Let's get the likes up, man. Hit that like button for me. I appreciate everybody that rock with me. Because y'all know I go in every day, twice a day. And that's no cap. Every day, twice a day, no cap. But the day coming, though. The day coming. They talking about they got so much money and shit, huh? We gonna see. We gonna see if motherfucker got all that money. Because, you know, Loose Cannon said he was a millionaire, right? Next thing you know, he over there asking his wife to put up free Loose Cannon t-shirts. Shit. They jumped and started a website ASAP. Free Loose Cannon t-shirts. Yeah, all right. See, they was trying to come with the scam method first and say that we gonna make free Big U, free Brick Baby, free Loose Cannon t-shirts, right? But they got word that they ain't want to do that. Don't do that. That's dumb. Don't say you want to free this and free that after you done talk negative about this man and he is the person that is the head of the motherfucking indictment and y'all are in the indictment and you want to make shirts saying free him? This how goofy they look though. They talking about making free Big U t-shirts when this first happened and they are involved in Big U's indictment. How the fuck does that sound? What sense does that make? That's how you know. It's like you can see that, you know, people that be looking for, you know, that shit where they gotta link up with a whole bunch of people and shit like that. That let people know that you really not that headstrong. You ain't that headstrong if the only way for you to operate is in a gang or associated with multiple people. You not headstrong. Ain't no fucking headstrong people want to be associated with a gang of people. For what? A headstrong person seeing people that want to be associated with multiple people, all they see is an indictment. I just got to be real. That's all they see. Straight up. That's all they see is an indictment. It's like, you know, when you're dealing with a whole bunch of people, right? And it's some negative shit, there's going to be something negative that comes out of it. Ain't no fucking way. And this is why it makes it so easy for the police, though, right? I'm going to be real. When you motherfucking got a whole bunch of people, right, that's repping a gang this and gang that, the police know that it's going to be negative criminal activity. That shit is like, it's easy as a motherfucker for the police. They don't even make the job hard. You running around with multiple people and everybody's out here doing some illegal shit. They go grab this joker over here when he going home to his family, and then he get all the intel of what's going on in the gang. Well, what this person doing? Because they already got a list of names of the people involved in the gang. They already know everybody associated with the gang. So when they grab little JoJo going home to the crib, right? And then they tell little JoJo about everybody that's in the gang and who's doing what, because they already have information of who's doing what and who's who, right? Little JoJo get caught with his little pack, right? Or his little strap. And then he tell everything that the police already know. He just verified. This shit happens every fucking day. But people still look to go be involved with a gang. It's the worst thing you can do. I'ma just be real. That's the worst thing you can do, is go be involved with the gang, because you are going to implicate yourself by being guilty by association. Whatever the fuck they're doing, you're doing. Ain't no more I'm responsible for myself. But this is what happens though, right? When they grab a joker up and they start telling him how he's associated with the gang and shit, right? Now he want to talk about, man, I got a family. Shit, I got to worry about my family, right? So then he starts saying, well, this person did this and that. I didn't do that. Trust me. When they grab these young boys up, right? And they start telling these young boys about criminal activity that they've been involved with by being associated with each other, you know what the young boys gonna say? The niggas that didn't do certain shit, they gonna say, man, I didn't do that. Hold up. This shit happens all the fucking time. Man, I didn't do that. What? I wasn't involved with that. You can't put that on me. Well, yeah, this is the indictment here. You hear me? This is the RICO. What he did, you did. Man, I didn't do that. Well, you want to help us out? You can help yourself out. You want to disassociate yourself, right? Man, but I didn't do that. Well, listen, you saying you didn't do it. What the evidence here say that you were part of the organization. And then they start telling every fucking thing. But before then, everybody's so tough. If you haven't already hit that subscribe button, hit that subscribe button, hit that like button, and share this video. But before then, everybody's so tough. Everybody's ready to get down. Y'all see that wing popping in? Yeah. Everybody want to get down. Shit crazy. I'm like, yo, that shit crazy. It's the same cycle every time, man. Never get involved in any group organizations, man. Because this shit is like, people are doing criminal shit, and when you attach yourself to these group organizations, you are guilty by association. You got to know how to be your own entity. Fuck trying to be with some other people's organization and group. Because what they do, you do. And that's a fact. I don't care if you saying you didn't physically do it. Once you put that label on yourself of being a part of an organization, you are involved with the organization. You can't pick and choose what you're not associated with unless you're going to tell them. That's the only way. The only way that you can separate yourself from certain things in the organization is if you tell them. You can't just say, oh man, I didn't do that. Nah, this is this organization. This indictment here is for the organization. This is not a fucking personal indictment. Straight up. So you gotta understand, man. Being out there actively involved in the middle of that criminal activity shit, there's consequences to that shit, man. Straight up. And I know the young boys don't understand, man. You know, it's all good. You know, we delivering a different message, man. We trying to get the message out there so it's solid. You know, we trying to get a solid message out there, and we're going to continue to give a solid message. They can't stop that. You hear me? Straight up. I don't give a fuck about none of them. I'm going to be real. I don't give a fuck about none of those young boys. I don't give a fuck about Wack. I don't give a fuck about Loose. I don't give a fuck about none of those young boys. I'm not that type of guy. I don't care about none of them. Straight up. And that's a fact. DZ worrying about this community over here. You hear me? So that we can spread a different message. That's the thing. We worried about our community at SBGB TV spreading a positive message out there to the world. We ain't promoting gang shit. It's not exciting for us to see gang shit. I gotta be real. That shit ain't exciting for us. Especially for mature adults. For little teenagers that don't understand, you know, we just hope that we can get a message to them, and we understand that they don't understand. But what the fuck do we look like as mature adults coming to the internet promoting bullshit? Come on, man. Mature adults? That shit is some old elementary shit, whereas though, like, you don't know what's going on. Like, you don't have an idea of what the fuck you doing. when most of these dudes have an idea, but they understand that this is what our culture is encouraged to promote. So all they do is fall in line. Not us. We ain't rocking like that. I don't give a fuck if the urban culture is influenced to promote the bullshit. Over here at SBGB TV, we not promoting it. Straight up. We against it. You hear me? Against all odds. Fuck all that. That old weird ass shit. You know what I'm saying? We ain't rocking with that shit. I want it to be known. We not rocking with none of that shit. And the people that rock with me, we gonna continue to do what we do. You know, we gonna continue to deliver a solid message. You know, for hopefully that, you know, we can at least, you know, we can reach one. You know, if we can reach one, I know damn well I can't change the world. I understand that. But I'm hoping from my experiences that I've been through that I can deliver a message, and somebody that might be out there doing some old goofy shit might be like, hold on, this brother here sound like he got some sense. Let me take a look and reflect on myself. You hear me? That's where we at with it. We ain't on here promoting gang shit. You know, them niggas that want to promote gang shit, hey, that's what they do. But we over here, we denouncing that shit. You hear me? And I'm gonna be real. We denouncing that shit over. It's a whole nother image. That shit right there ain't doing nothing but sending nobody to jail and to the grave. You know what I'm saying? We all gonna go to the grave one day, but goddamn, what the fuck do we need to highlight gang shit to rush to the motherfucker? Like, come on, man. This is highlighting gang shit to rush to the grave. Like, come on, man. And the crazy thing is, the influence that they pushing through the internet is not allowing us to smarten the fuck up because people keep following the same shit. That's the crazy shit. It's so much information out here on the internet, but in the hood algorithm, the gangsters algorithm, it's straight trash. That's it. Dudes getting on the internet, straight trash. Straight poison. And then we wonder why we don't get to elevate. Man, why I ain't got this? Oh, you looking at other cultures like they got this and that. Because they not indulged in the bullshit. You hear me? We over here, you know, delivering a different message. So hopefully we can send a different signal inside the culture somewhere. That's all. We trying to send a different signal inside the culture. And that's a fact. Yeah. We've been grinding, you know, making sure that we call it out. We done let the people know Wack Loose is working. Letting them know that. That's a fact. Straight up. They talk all that tough shit. Don't nobody want to do a 30 ball. Everybody talk that shit, nigga. Yeah. Niggas don't want to do a 30 ball. Shit. Niggas in their 40s and they talking about a 30-piece McNugget. Nigga, shit. Rock your motherfucking bell. Nigga come home, be motherfucking 75. Think it's a game. Yeah, all right. All you got is the time that you live on this earth and your health. That's what a lot of people get to forgetting when they out here running around. All you got is the time you got on this earth and your health. And both of them's not guaranteed. That's what's really real. All you got is the time on this earth and your health. And both of them is not guaranteed at all. And that's a fact. Shit. So you better learn how to value that shit. Because if you don't, ain't no take back. You know? Ain't no take back. Ain't no restart. Ain't no, can I get another chance? I messed up. In certain situations that you can get in, and it's beyond you messing up. That's some real shit. It's certain situations that you can get your ass in, and it's beyond messing up. Fuck that. And that's a fact. You hear me? A lot of these dudes, oh, I made a mistake. Man, shit. It ain't no mistake when you out here running around, pistol whipping, robbing jokers, and then they give your ass 20 years. That ain't no goddamn mistake. What mistake is that? That was a decision. That was a decision, whereas though you thought you was going to be able to get the fuck away and be untouched. A lot of these jokers be running around thinking that they can get away untouched, right? Because they did something and got away with it, and they continue and keep the same energy up, and they want to cry when it's their time. Nah. Fuck all that. You know, it's the law of the land. Shit. You got to beware and be mindful. You know, and when you older, you supposed to, you know better, you do better. You're supposed to make conscious decisions as you older. It's like these older dudes is out here involving themselves in all the BS, and then they want people to feel sorry for them when they get caught. Come on now. These dudes got hell of opportunities around here, man. Straight up. Got hella opportunities, man. Straight up. Big U had a hell of an opportunity. Straight up. Fucked it up. Wack 100, hell of an opportunity. But you want to cooperate. You want to lead people to jail. Loose cannon, hell of an opportunity. But you want to be out here robbing, stripping, pistol whipping. You know, it's a lot of people that don't take advantage of the situation that they able to, you know, elevate off of. They want to still do crime. That's the thing. A lot of these dudes want to still commit crimes and don't want to elevate from the position they get in. If you haven't already, hit that subscribe button, man. Hit that subscribe button. Hit that like button and share this video, man. Facts. A lot of these dudes don't want to elevate from the position they get in, and it's a lot of people that wish they was in that position. It's like they want to enhance the criminal shit instead of elevating mentally and on a positive note. This is where I'm going to create the separation from these goofies. You hear me? This is where SBGBTV is going to create that separation. This is an opportunity that we have as a community here, right? It's for us to bring a different light to the world. Why the fuck am I going to take this opportunity to help destruct my own fucking people? This is what a lot of these jokers is doing, man, because they're confused. So I'm not over here trying to get all the gangsters to be rocking with me. No, that ain't what we doing. We're trying to send a different message from over here. We want to understand that, listen, we all make mistakes. We all go through things in life. But if you got an opportunity to level the fuck up. That's the thing. Everybody makes mistakes. But if you got an opportunity to level the fuck up, level up. Straight up. Level up. But a lot of these dudes don't want to level up. They keep listening to the music. A life of crime. They think that's just the way. Yeah, okay. This is why I rock how I rock. I rock dolo. You hear me? Always been like that. Straight up. Had to learn it at an early age, man. I had to learn this at an early age. That's the thing. I had to learn it at an early age. And it took me experience, man. You know, DZ was out there at one time, man. I ain't even gonna hold you. Straight up. I was out there. But I had to understand that it wasn't the wave, man. It took time. You know, some learn faster than others. But if you learn, that's a plus. Because there's some people that never learn. They go to the grave without ever learning. It's like, damn, nigga, you've been doing the same thing and you 60? You ain't changed shit? Come on, man. Elevation is the key, man. Peace is the key. Finding out what makes you happy is the key. Because there's a lot of people that go through this whole life and never understand what makes them happy. They think that starting trouble makes them happy. They think that being involved in gang shit makes them happy. They think that riding on the enemy makes them happy. When all it does is fuck your mental up, never stabilizes you, keeps you behind the 8 ball, and you really don't get to see the true vision of life. See, that's the thing. A lot of these people don't never get to see the true vision of life because they caught and trapped in this bullshit. And that's a fact. A lot of people never get to see the true vision of life, never find happiness because they caught and trapped in the bullshit, man. This is a fact. If you haven't already hit that subscribe button, hit that subscribe button. Hit that like button and share this video. No, I appreciate all of y'all that rock with me, you hear me? That's a fact. We gonna continue to grind, man. We ain't playing no games, man. They can't stop this movement. They can't stop it. You know? It's raw, authentic, organic shit, man. Can't stop the movement, man. We gonna continue to grind, man. Y'all know what it is. The people that rock with me, I appreciate y'all. You know? Make sure you hit that like button so we can send a different wave around here. That's the thing. We sending a whole different wave. You know, these dudes is in their 40s and they still ain't found out how to denounce the streets. Like, come on, man. What they think they gonna get out of that? Like, literally. These dudes is in the 40s and still ain't figured out how to denounce the streets. Straight up. On some real shit. KO. On some real shit. Kia. Like, on some real shit. Dudes is in their 40s and still ain't figured out that the streets ain't it, man. Come on, man. And then they wonder why they in the situation they in. And that shit is bullshit, man. Y'all know how we do, man. And I appreciate everybody that rock with me. We gonna keep delivering a raw and authentic message, man. We want to make sure that we continue to hold it down. Let's see here. Yeah, man. But I appreciate all y'all, man. You hear me? Easy appreciate each and every one of y'all. The grind don't stop. Make sure y'all hit that notification bell, man. Straight up. Make sure y'all hit that notification bell. Hit that like button. Hit that subscribe button. You know, we going up. This is a fact. You hear me? This is a fact. This community is going up. Trust me. We ain't aligning with nobody. We not aligning with nobody. We don't want none of that poison that they sprinkling. We don't want it to trickle over here. Let them go ahead and keep it over there. Shit. You know, we don't want none of that. Yeah. And when this no jumper indictment come out, I wonder what all these jokers gonna say then. I wonder what they gonna say. I'm wondering what they gonna say. Because everybody was saying when I first was talking about this shit, ain't nothing gonna happen. All of them. Man, ain't nothing gonna happen, man. Why ain't nobody been indicted yet? Now people see that the feds added that shit inside of the complaint. Now people like, oh yeah, it might be an indictment now. Yeah, that's what they saying now. Oh, it might be an indictment now. I told people, man. Facts. Straight up. I told people, man. RM. Run the table. Big Reg. D Twins. Y'all know how we do, man. We grinding. I appreciate y'all, man. All the people that rock with me. Let me see. Yeah, I know we're doing it today on the jack. Timothy. Yeah. Yeah. You know, the trolls try to come in the chat. You know, I appreciate y'all, the moderators. You know I ain't been paying attention because I've been rocking this shit. But I appreciate all y'all, man. Facts. Trolls try to come in the chat. We get them straight the fuck up out of here. Check them out. Check them out every time. Make sure y'all hit that like button. Hit that subscribe button. You know, share this video. And y'all know we coming back this evening. Y'all know how we do. 12:30 a.m. East Coast time. 9:30 p.m. West Coast time. And the grind don't stop, man. Want to make sure we keep delivering a positive message, and ain't nothing gonna stop and fuck this light up on this positive message. Trust and believe. Ain't nothing gonna stop it. You hear me? Because we separated. We ain't got no pride on delivering a positive message. You know, we don't got no gang to align with. You know, we don't got no, status to uphold between gang members. We don't got to do that. So that there creates the separation, and they can't match it. You know, they got pride. They don't want the gang to look at them a certain way. I don't give a fuck about how no gang look at me. That's the difference. So if you on the internet and you doing bullshit like they did, we gonna talk about it straight up. DZ don't fuck with Wack 100. DZ don't fuck with Loose Cannon. DZ don't fuck with none of the minions. They all can suffer consequences for what the fuck they did. And this is a fact. And they gonna suffer consequences. Hit that subscribe button, hit that like button, and share this video, man. I appreciate all of y'all that rock with me. I'll see y'all later. Y'all know what it is. It's not about the setback. It's about the get back. Nah.